All right, welcome back, everybody, for another edition of the CBSI Hot 10 show, where we run down this week's hottest selling books. Hopefully, you check out the article over on comicbookinvest.com, where I give a little bit more details of what we're going to provide you here in our weekly rundown. But if you like everything here on the channel, please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe, hit the alert button so you don't miss anything. Keep telling your friends that we can keep growing the channel. We are on our way to 3K. I think we only need like 55 or so more, so we should hopefully hit it before Thanksgiving. And with that all said, if you want to see this week's hottest books, just hang on for a few seconds after the intro, and we will be right back.
Notable sales.
Fantastic. This week in a notable sale, we had a wonderful little auction at Heritage close on a 4.5 of All Top 16 for $3,600. This was from March of 1949. Got Rule of the Jungle got us on there, and none other than Matt Baker on the cover. Matt Baker covers always command a premium. This was a pretty big sale. This book selling at $3,600 puts it around what the fair market value of was about a 6.0 in the past. The last big book that sold of this was an 8.0. It sold for a little over $19,000 back in 2022. So that Matt Baker love just grows and grows and grows, and these books do not come up often. So
plus this also covers that
keeps rising.
Plus this also covers that octopus bikini girl fetish covers.
I was gonna say, is that Topo, the drummer from the Aquaman movie? Because I just talked about him on Dollarman Digging.
Well, no, I see this is the start of tentacle hentai.
Hentai.
Early days
of hentai.
But it really shows, with Golden Age, where you have that slow and steady growth, and then what was a 6.0 value at one point is now 4.5.
Yeah, 4 keep rising,
up and up.
4
Yep.
keep rising.
Yep.
All right, that was one we got for this week. Let's see. I think we had another pretty solid sale from back in the day. All-Star.
There it is. Notable sale number 2 is All-Star Comics number 7. This is first Batman Superman meetup. Got a lot of the old figures from the JSA in it. Sold for $1,440. 7.0 in 223 just not too long ago. Yeah, sold for $1,740. So when you're looking at that, 2 points down, and it's only $300 less.
That's a big jump.
That stinks. You see this sometimes though when you see a higher book. I mean, this is kind of like one of those things you got to think about when you're thinking about selling Gold and Silver Age. Like, do you wait for the smaller the smaller grade to sell or the higher grade to sell? So if a higher grade sells and it's at like 17, like this one right here, then you take your 5.0 and go for it. If your 5.0 you think is going to be a gainer. That is gambling a little bit.
Because you have nothing to really gauge that 5.0 on, because it might be 3, 4, 5 years ago a 5.0 sold.
This is a little bit. It's a little bit of a gamble that way. I like to do it the opposite. Like when the 5.0 sells, try to sell your 6 or 7.0 because at least where the floor type area is going to be. But either way, because considering they bought this 5.0 for a lot cheaper than this, they did all right for themselves. So, yep, definitely a good sale.
It's a great little piece of comic history.
I believe it had a preview of Flash Green Lantern #1 in it.
Green Lantern,
yeah. Alan Scott.
Yep.
The old A. Scott.
Yeah. Well, those were our notable sales for this week, which means we can get right into the list.
Number 10.
All right, our first book up is Jazz Legend #1, another Scout book that got optioned for an animated series. I think this time by Rooster Teeth or some production company I've never heard of before, but they're apparently going through Scout's catalog of books and deciding what they can make animated shows out of. And this one apparently got next on the list. It's only selling for like $10, but the news just got announced like a day or so ago. So copies are just starting to get cleared out, all the cheap ones, and now the bottom's kind of rising up a bit.
It's supposed to be a very psychedelic book, so I guess animated will work well for that.
Yes, and people love tentacle hentai. So here's another hit. Hentai,
Yeah, I mean, we got
tentacle furry porn book.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's the new thing, right? Like all top covers, the collectors for these octopus / sexy lady.
Yeah, we're going with that. Plus, it's a hat. Look, it's a dual purpose.
There's something weird. I'm not even going to say what's weird going on with her outfit, but
and Scout seems to have that.
The guy is.
Scout seems to have that option pipeline where they seem to. It seems like each week.
Go get all your 50-cent
option news
out. Yeah.
Well, we made fun of the Lobo 3 with the glow, the starburst on that cover. What about this one with the glowing sunglasses down there? I don't know what's going on here. It's like somebody looking back at you.
There's something looking back at you.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway. I see this cover. I want to go fishing.
That's number 10. Let's see what we got next.
Number 9.
No one is half the battle.
Right. Number 9, we got G.I. Joe, a real American hero. It seems that G.I. Joe's nostalgia is kicking in with the upcoming Duke and Cobra Commander series. And G.I. Joe 301, instead of them starting over at number 1. I don't know what that's about. But it's at a roars up to 250, and I would prefer this in a newsstand, just me. But
yeah, at that time it does. I don't think it was that much of a. It wasn't a rarity for a newsstand back in '81.
Yeah, but a lot of them got damaged, and it's very hard to find them.
I hope this transitions down throughout this whole series, because there's a lot of great first appearances through this series and a lot of good underlooked books. You know what I mean? So when you see the relationship of what's going on with Transformers currently, especially over the last couple of weeks with Void Rivals, and then you see G.I. Joe now finally getting its big hit. Like, let's keep going, man. It's about time, right? Like, it's about time.
Yeah, you want to get your first Tunnel Rat. That's what you want.
Dude, isn't Tunnel Rat your brother? Isn't that's your guy? Right? That's another short dude, right? Huh?
I like Tunnel Rat. Yeah, the face paint. He had the bandana like covering up the hair. I like Tunnel Rat.
Yeah, there's a lot of Tunnel Rats at the Blue Light Special at Kmart, so not exactly a fan.
Just wow.
But I am happy to see G.I. Joe on people's minds again.
No, it's good. Yeah,
it's nice.
There.
Make me want to watch the movie again.
Yeah, that was definitely my wheelhouse. But
which one?
Let's see what we got.
It's only one.
Number 8.
Sorry, our number 8 book is coming in hot.
She's back, baby. Ranger Stranger number 1. Not really much new news. I mean, it's still optioned. Kevin Hart's production company, is looking into making an animated series. They also dropped a graphic novel this month from their site as well. So I think maybe more people are getting some eyes on it now. But it's still chucking along strong. There's over 30 sold.
Yeah, it picked
average
up.
of 10 to 12. I just don't think a lot of people were really exposed to this much. And now that they're seeing it's something, they're still finding either like the summer special out there or
we gave away a couple the last 2 weeks. I gave 2 of these away already because this is pretty fun. I read it. It's a fun little series. I can see it being a show.
It is a lot of fun, and it's a bit addictive. Once you read one, you kind of want to keep reading and more.
Every time I see this cover, I just want to go, where did the bad man touch you?
Is this like the new thing? Scout Comics are now going to be 10 to 20 or 10 to 12, 10 to $15, and they're going to sell about 30 or 40 whenever one of them gets optioned.
I don't know if this is. I know this is a Scout comic, but I don't know. I just feel like
this has a little bit more meat on it.
This to me feels more tangible
around this.
That's
animate this.
There is content. Yeah, there is other content around this. There is a decent little fan base that's there already. I think you have enough platforms for something and like an irreverent humor like this, like with an Adult Swim type audience that would enjoy something like this.
Yeah, there's a number of covers on this book too, like some exclusives and whatnot. But the Scout site for this regular cover is sold out, but the Scout site on eBay is still selling these. That's where this price is basically coming from, because they still have them starting at about $13, and then they just accept offers, so you can get them for cheaper if you make offers. But that's where the bulk of the volume is coming through on eBay. I think it's through Scout's site on eBay.
Well, there you go.
I don't
So-
know. I like when I hear something gets optioned and gets a little heat behind it that I really like. So I'm happy.
I'm just saying it's worth a read. That's why I was happy to spread the love and give a couple of away.
Yeah.
But with that, we got to move on down the list.
Number 7.
Little Art Adams action for you.
Number 7, Amazing Spider-Man 36, 1 in 25. As the great Queen's poet once said, Nazir Jones, don't say it's topless, say the titties are out. This book has got it. Yeah. We've seen this before with some of his 125s. They had the White Queen, stuff like that. They stay pretty decent around the ratio amount, but you do get to see still trickle down effect of 10 or so selling a couple weeks later. This is one that looks like it's going to be similar to that stature at this point. We got 30 plus sales already, averaging $30, getting a high of 60. This is the Art Adams 1 in 25 cleavage books, I guess is what we can call them, right?
Well, not all of them have cleavage.
Well, the
but
White Queen always has the high collar. She
had something.
Not all the time.
It was a uniboob.
Sometimes it's
still,
low. Sometimes
it's still there. I mean, it's there. So
Snowbird had.
I still don't get the love for Art Adams. The same character, just drawn with a different costume and hair. It really is.
Well,
Did you not hear?
Leave
Did
us
you
alone.
not hear what Nas said? That's why this is selling, buddy.
This is where you're hurting me, right here. Right here.
You leave us alone, Bruce. What I was surprised by this week, Art Adams has another book. He's got that Psylocke. That's a 1 in 50 on.
That's great. The Uncanny Avengers.
That one's not selling. It's under ratio, and not many have sold.
But I don't
think a lot of people knew about it.
But here's the
Red
other thing.
Sonja that's coming up. Mm-hmm.
As Bruce said, though, this one actually is. He does similar ones to this, but this one actually is the better of the
this kind of
version. So
chest up, kind of portraited.
Portion right. It doesn't have uniboob. It doesn't have a lot of other stuff on it.
I didn't hear any of you complaining about Todd Knock when he was putting out headshots every other cover.
You didn't need me to complain about it. Well, they were. Who wanted that?
So I'm very happy to have this.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, this is going to be, it'll trickle down over a month, but it's going to take a while to get there. So
it'll be an interesting collection when he's all done with these, I think.
And like Todd Knock, he's a fantastic artist in general as well. Todd Knock's other covers that weren't the headshots were fantastic. So hopefully
I'm not sure
they
you
let
can
him
call these headshots though.
No,
he's kind of focusing on something else.
School photos.
Okay. Howdy, second.
Number 6.
Oh, sorry, we gotta move it on.
We have Void Rivals number 5, the 1 in 50 Jay Lee cover. Who doesn't love the quintessence from their first appearance in this Transformers movies from 1986 to the havoc they've caused throughout the years? Average sales are $80, a high sell of $115. This is piggybacking on the other reveal covers that have come out in the other 4 issues. It's an amazing cover.
This is dope as shit. This is dope as shit.
I thought the Starscream cover was dope.
I told you I bought one.
Yeah. No, this is really a cool cover, man. Starscream. This is probably one of my more favorite out of that.
Yeah, I like this better than the Starscream.
Yeah,
by far.
Sorry, I wasn't gonna say it like that, but yeah.
I do. I like it much better, and I have both.
And they did such a good job with it, man. Like you could have screwed this up. We've seen them screw up the art on this character before. This is just great. I mean,
Jay Lee's been killing it lately. He's really been taking it to another level.
Quintessence, the judge, jury, and prosecutor.
That's right. Dude, how cool! Hey, how cool would it be? And they're probably gonna do. That's what he's probably gonna do an exclusive of this. But like, if it was one of the
switch the heads.
Yeah, so you can do it. Lenticular. Lenticular, and you start turning it one way, it switches the head to one of the judges. Switch the other.
That's a good idea see, that's what we need. These ideas for gimmick covers.
Rennavision exclusive coming soon.
No, I mean it would be. I mean, but that would be cool. Like
it would be.
If we're gonna go all in with some of these shit. Like I know people knock. So some people knock foils or knock glow in the darks or whatever. But if we're gonna do them, let's do them right. Right? You know what I mean? Don't do 50 of them. Just do stuff that makes sense. In this, it'd make perfect sense to have a lenticular that you switch. You know what I mean? Maybe that last cover would be perfect if it was a scratch and sniff. I mean, who knows? You can do whatever you need.
I still want to go fishing.
No, it smells like cats for all the cat people, buddy.
Oh, gee. Moving on.
Number 5.
Our next book is a classic.
Secret Wars. With the 40th anniversary, the Black Suit. Marvel's going to be cranking out their facsimiles. They're going to have that ASM 252 that's going to be coming out.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be redoing all the Secret Wars. So you're going to get every Spider-Man black suit under the sun as a facsimile eventually over the next year or so. So people are gravitating back to the old one, the old Secret Wars. Over 60 sold. That's a book that always kind of moves anyway, but
it does, yeah.
But 200 plus for raw on average. It's going to see its little rise up for a little bit, and then I'm sure people will spread the love about the other black suit covers as well. So expect a trickle down effect.
I don't get it where it's $200 raw, but the 9/8's only selling for $600.
Well, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot. That doesn't seem unreasonable for the amount of these that are out there.
A lot of them graded too.
Yes, they're not. They're
there's a lot of 9.2s of this graded,
and a lot signed as well.
Well, we don't really have to go too far off this topic for our next one.
Number 4.
Because as Joe mentioned, we also have 252 making the list.
Hi-yo.
Because, there's another facsimile of this coming in the coming year, along with all of Secret Wars. I think they're going to redo. I think that's what Dub said in our news on TAC on Wednesday. They're going to do Secret Wars throughout the year.
Right.
Yep.
And part of it also could be trickled down from Spider-Man 2. So you got the whole Venom thing in the video game, PS5. Tons of people are playing it and loving it. So maybe that's where we're getting a lot of black suit love too.
And it already
love the
moves.
black suit. People love
you're
black
already you're already gonna get this. I mean, I think this is a book where it's like easy because you're already getting a baseline of amount sold because it's already a popular book selling at a decent amount of time.
I still think Webb has the best covers of the black suit Spider-Man.
Overall, probably, but this is a nice AF-15 callback, and again, this one's a little bit above because the raws are a little bit more than the last book, but volumes and prices are very close on these two.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them are kind of far behind. Like
Oh,
Marvel team up is way lagging, and Spectacular Spider-Man is lagging behind this group, but these are the two people want.
Yeah. I just because that if AF-15 homage, I'm surprised that the 9/8s here are exactly same as Secret Wars. They're pretty damn close. I just think it would have been more, but whatever. Get the black spider costume you want.
They're both kissing cousins this week.
Yep.
Let's see what we got next.
Number 3.
Coming in hot.
All right, we got another Delato. Another one of these 1 in 100s. Not because it's Halloween, I guess, because it's around that time. We're not doing black, white, and red. We're doing black, white, and blood. I'll say there's not enough blood in here for me. I like when they do the bloody covers when there's just a little bit more of it. At least Wolverine doesn't look as terrible as he does on some of the other covers. I don't know why he's got a piece out of his leg and arm bone, but we can't see his other hand.
It's because he's a zombie.
I get it, but
he's healing factor. Come on.
Yeah.
But
not
he's
healing
zombie.
factor. At least
he's not healing no more.
Well, he should still have the claws. You can't. What? Somebody's chewing through it. It's not.
I don't expect logic out of this.
Okay,
Come on, logic, damn it.
Let's talk about the 1 in 100 history, especially with the Delatos. You see this here selling for about 200, 250. This is getting to be pretty regular. Most of these that come out the gate starting like this, and for a couple weeks at least they'll stay around this point. They do eventually teeter down if they're not 9/8 slabs, but for right now, and probably I would guess if I was a gambling man, that you're going to see that like this for the next couple weeks. Not tons of sales, but you'll see a couple.
Through Halloween, probably.
Art wise, I like the 125 Albuquerque, but this seems to be the one that people
Is that
settled
the
on.
Daredevil one?
Yeah.
I the Marvel eye throws it off for me, and so does the like Bruce said, the non-healing
No,
factor.
I like this, but I agree. It needed more blood. It needed more red. And
throw some more red in there. If you're going to call it blood too, not just red, if you're going to call it blood, throw some blood in there. Let's go.
True.
So,
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. All right, let's see what we got next.
Number 2.
At number 2, we have Fantastic Four 244. Frankie Ray becomes Nova. This is on the heels of news from Scoopers, Daniel RPK, and My Time to Shine, saying that the Herald for Galactus will be a female. So people are jumping all over this. About 40 sales this week, an average high of 20.55, and average grade between 25 and 30. I would take anything a Scooper says with a grain of salt, especially with the actors still being out on strike and there's no negotiating. So I don't know.
No. But I like at first, though, people were getting all bent out of shape thinking that now they're going to make Silver Surfer a female. I'm like, where did you guys get that out of that story? First thing I thought of, it's Nova. Like, you're going female, it's going to be Nova, right? But
yeah,
it also makes sense if they did do this. If they already pull Silver Surfer away from Galactus, it would make sense if that's the story they want to tell. But again, we're all speculating. They're not actually doing any of this yet. So be wary of scoops like that. But people still spending.
Yep.
I'm just happy with any John Byrne work.
True.
What if it isn't
I always grab this at $1 bins. I would always grab this book.
I grabbed his whole Fantastic Four run. I'll grab anytime I see it cheap, just because I like beating them up and reading them again.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Plus, I'm a fan of Galactus. But that leaves us with one left.
And our number one.
Our last book, Dracula, number 1. This is the retailer thank you that Lunar gave out the shops this week. Surprise. I don't think anybody knew that this was coming. I didn't know about this book either, even though I'm not a retailer. But my buddy who's a retailer sent this to me immediately on Monday when he was going through his boxes. He's like, hey, did you know about this? I was like, nope. But thanks for the heads up. Over 40 sales already. These retailer giveaway books have been doing well lately and all been doing this kind of average price of 30 to start. There was a high sale of 55. Will this continue to go up? Will this trickle down? I don't know. There were cheap sales mixed in. There was a $10 here, a $50 there, but I don't know. It's just a lot of these retailer giveaway books lately, like the Wolverine one with Capullo, and this, like, they just seem to be getting people excited about books again. So
it gives people a little different feel from a regular exclusive or a store exclusive.
Yeah,
and
not an
gives them
incentive.
a little something different to chase. I mean, there's a lot of different covers on this, both open order, and exclusives. So
I really like the Scotty Young a lot of this, but this just blows it away.
I'm a big fan of the Lotte. I believe Lotte has a variant on this, and
plus the regular Middleton.
Tula.
I like the Middleton too, just on the regular B cover.
Yeah,
it's classic.
Plus, somebody told me this was a good story, so that's always helpful.
Yeah, I read it today. It's actually really good. For me, I can't get behind the artwork. It's the same artwork as Department of Truth, but I will still read this book regardless of the artwork.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. And with that, well, that was our list for this week. Make sure you guys all stick around for the Get Off My Lawn show starting immediately after we're done, and see what the boys are up to this week. And come back this weekend for our other live shows. SNS on Saturday, Tales from the Dark Side on Sunday, and then come Monday, start the whole lineup all over again. So
great content every day.
Check out the article on comicbookinvest.com. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you all later.